Hello, got another story from the council for you. My supervisor, the pat testing team, a man called Bob Blythe. God knows where he is to this day. Very old man now. And he was an oddball. Oh my God, where they got him from, I'll never know. We were doing all right before he came along. I don't know what the story was. I'll have to recall, but he was mate with the director of our unit, and rubbing shoulders with him. So he kind of behaved in an even more awful manner than everyone because he was in with the boss kind of thing, and we all knew it. And I don't know if he was ever public school educated or what. So not public, private school. What am I talking about? Private school educated. I went to a different place. I wouldn't know, but he had this. He tried, or was he ex-service? I can't remember, but he kind of came across as this, at times, almost ludicrous, comical, almost TV show captain of the army or something. It's Captain Bob Blythe. He would do the little salutes and shit, and he would do that in school. There's many female teachers in comprehensive schools that are stunningly beautiful, grown women, and well presented for the job. And obviously, us as council workers, we see that, but we're not rude and immature to make comments at them. We're at work, for God's sake, in a primary school. We're not on the pull. Despite that woman looking the best thing you've seen all day in a very boring job. Bob, however, and others sometimes forgot where they were, and it was highly embarrassing. And I'd be like, "Oh my God, shit!" Walk away because they're just so embarrassing, And going back to Bob, and I've seen him like open doors for women, be gentleman like, but he does this little fucking salute shit. Might as well have the fucking little sailor's black pipe and the stupid hat to go with it, And people liked him that didn't, he was a bit Marmite, really. People had this attitude, Captain Bob Blythe at your service. You're never a fucking captain. You're just a supervisor of a pat testing team for the council, you daft bugger. Anyway, team leader or not, it was stuck with him and his quirks. He got himself into some hellish trouble over the years, and that's another story I probably couldn't share with you, but he got us into maintaining stage lighting and stage equipment, and there was a hidden agenda behind this because he was into amateur dramatics and local stuff like that where he lived, and equipment and getting access to stuff. We'll just leave that there, and I'm not making any allegations, but if you want to come to your own conclusions, you can. So anyway, one of the quirks about him, and this is the story where we're at a comprehensive school doing a refurb on the lighting, stage lighting above your standard school stage hall. You've seen them in comprehensive schools, you know what they look like, the main hall. And they've got I don't know if it's a baby grand or something in the corner, and it being covered a bit, but it would still play, people could still play it when we weren't about. And right in front of the stage, normally you have your tiers of chairs for all the pupils. Well, they've just taken out a whole load of the top 8 rows, 10 rows, and made a work area for us, a little bit of a tape off. Everyone in the school knows we're working on the stage, which mainly we were up there on a, scaffolding, high level stuff to go and do the lighting. We're not actually doing anything in the area in front of the stage apart from storing tools and materials just in front of the stage, and this remainder of the area isn't really required to be cordoned off if you want to argue the point. And this is where Bob's attitude and pedanticness comes into it about the staff and the kids. It's their fucking school. And he suddenly wants to be Lord and Master over his little area that he's got. And he goes into pretty much what would be described as a male Karen on multiple occasions, the way he behaved. That's, yeah. Captain Bob Karen Blythe. That Karen expression didn't exist back then, and I wish it fucking did. It's only a modern day term, somebody being a Karen, but he definitely was. Back in the 90s. Right, so get this. There was one time we were just sat around having a break. We were just about to come off, 10, 15-minute break. And there was a break in the chairs and the tape from the side walkway. You could cut the corner across our little work area and cut the corner. You know, if we weren't there, you'd just walk diagonal across the hall. But no, because we've got this little worker, you've got to go around and obey the rules. This one woman teacher, I'm sure he only picked on it because being female. I'm sure if a male teacher had done this, he wouldn't have fucking batted an eyelid. She entered this halfway point of the work area and made it across. I mean, we were only talking, she's about a couple of meters, 3 meters across, and just about to leave the area when he jumps on her. Work area, you're not supposed to be in it, and all that shiz. And she said, well, I'm almost there, and working over there, and there's nothing here, but it's a work area. Oh my God. And the rest of us are shrinking down in the chairs. Right, we're going to go. We just fucking vacate the ship like rats away from him. But we can still hear him rattling on at her. Work area, this is our school. You know, like, oh my God, what are you doing? And she'd gone on her way because she's trying to do a job. I think one of the lads had a word in his ear. What the fuck are you doing? She wasn't in the way of anything. She wasn't a hazard. She's not in danger. She's an intelligent woman. She's got fucking eyes, Bob. Fair enough if she stood on the stage and we've all got the drills and we're doing the girder work and stuff. Get the fuck out the way, you'll get hit with something. Yeah. Where's your hard hat? Lard ass. But the main story is that going back to what I said about the baby grand piano. Yeah. And at lunchtime, you know, kids are about, they're milling around all over the sodding place, around the hallways and stuff. And when we're not there, kids play the piano in the lunchtime, practice and stuff. And that's what this one girl did, is she's probably done for however long in the school years. And we just sat there having our bait. Some of us have disappeared off. Probably gone off for a pie or something, you know. Wandered outside the school grounds for a smoke, whatever. It was me and Stu and a few of the others sat there, and the kids are crowding around the piano. And this is one girl, turns out to be an absolute, you know, whiz on the piano. She's been taught. She's practiced her heart out. And you'd never guess in a million years, and I'm going to tell you right now what song she's playing. And the rest of us are sat there as this teenage girl, early teens, with her mates around her. And she starts playing Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, without the score in front of her, note fucking perfect, and rips into it like it's meant to be played. We're all coming up. Holy shit, have you heard this? So down, I don't remember the fucking words. But you're singing in your head as she's playing it. It's that accurate. And everybody's just watching her. And I can't remember how far she got into it, whether we'd got to the chorus or not. When in walks Bob and trashes the scene. Stops her in the middle of a full-on rendition of Bat Out of Hell, played by a teenage girl. You will never hear something like that ever again in your entire life if you're lucky. It's like watching on YouTubes and videos these days of you know, master kids on their instruments. They're being taught and trained and they love the music. This was one of them. Don't know whether she was autistic or not, that doesn't matter, but she was a fantastic player, playing Bat Out of Hell without the music score, all from memory, totally accurate, and Bob stops her right in the middle, just before the chorus kind of thing. Right, stop that. It's the end of lunchtime, just about. And she's trying to keep going, and he fucking hoists the brakes on it and stops it cold. Come on, that's enough time. We've got to get back to work. And everyone's like, it's like letting the fucking tire down. Everybody's been up here in the moment. And walks fucking Captain Bob Blythe. Thinks he's where the fucking his head was. And everybody's like, open mouth. What the fuck are you doing, Bob? The way he's talking to her and demanding that she stops, get out of there. I mean, in the modern day time, he would have been shocked. And in fact, that's one of the reasons why he stopped working for the council, because of his lack of diplomacy, is all I'm going to say. It was nothing sexual, by the way. But we witnessed it. This child, and you got to stop it. We're at work here in our work area. You need to be getting back to your classes. I mean, he could have just graced her with the 3, 4, 5 minutes to the end of that song, because she would have got a standing ovation off us and everybody else who'd have been watching, and probably Bob going, right in the middle of fucking, how could you do that? I mean, after they went, there was a stony silence. It was like a fucking graveyard in that hallway. All the kids gone, just us and him. Literally like that. And then we started on him. What did you do that for? Well, it was in the work area. Middle of Bat Out of Hell. You heard her playing. That was like concert standard. She could probably play for fucking Meatloaf, you twat. I was enjoying that. And everybody else was. And you just walk in. Bullshit. Don't talk to me like that. I don't give a shit, Bob. You've just fucking talked down to a lass who was playing piano like you've never fucking heard. And brilliant song. She wasn't pissing around. And you with your fucking pedantic shit went and spoilt it all. Nobody'd be like, oh, fuck off. I think someone's just extended our bait time at that point. Went out for a tab after I had a bit of a pop at him. Went out for a tablet of coffee, calmed down, shuffled back in silence, and just we got on, and it was like a rift between us for the rest of the day. It was just silence, and the sound of tools. How could he do that to somebody? Fucking dickhead. That was just one of many moments where Captain Bob Blythe just, fucked up. You could make a TV show about him. Honestly, you could make a bloody TV series about my time at the Pat Test, and honestly, I should get writing. Get some characters in to play the parts. Honestly, it'd be a hit. Right, there you go. 15 minutes of Captain Bob Blythe. Over and out, chaps.